Okay, so the album came out. So what's next for you, Young Jeezy? A mixtape? Because you like to drop mixtapes.
Nah. I got some shit in the can, man. I got some shit in the can that I'm working on with a partner of mine that I think the world really appreciate. I don't want to, announce it too soon.
Okay.
But I got some special shit that we about to put together, and it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
So this is you and another artist?
Yeah.
Besides Akon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we just...
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, is it someone from down south?
Great
West
question.
Coast, East Coast?
It's a great question.
Is it YG?
It's a great question. Great question.
I wanted to ask you, because on this album, you don't have any new artists. You have all very experienced artists.
August, YG, he's on there.
Well, YG's kind of been around for a little while now.
You think?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Well, I mean, he's your artist, so tell me, is he new?
I mean, fairly.
You think people are still discovering him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Every day.
All
Day, YG's just getting discovered, man. YG to me is the real representative of the West Coast. It's like when you saw Jeezy, in the beginning, you saw me. I was Dickies and Chuck Taylors every day. I don't give a fuck if it was Monday or Wednesday or Sunday. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So it's like when you look at YG, you see what the West Coast is. August is on there. He's fairly new.
He's fairly new, yes.
I mean, but at the time, it was just about whoever. I didn't even look at it like that. It was more so about whoever fit the songs. You know what I mean? I feel like any record, you take Bees like with me and Boosie. Boosie know about struggle all day. We talk about it all the time.
Right.
You take, Seen It All with Jay, of course. That would be him. You take, Been Getting Money with Akon. I mean, if you really think about it, me and Akon was the same two cats that was in Magic City balling out in 04, 05. So we've been knew what that was. I mean, the list goes on, you know what I mean?
I was just curious, because I was just wondering, is it important for you at this point to discover any of these guys? Or?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I listen to new music all the time. It's just, if you fit it. I've done records with a couple cats that didn't make the album. But,
well, but I saw that at your album release party, you brought out Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for him. That was, amazing for him.
Yeah.
So
he turned up, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. So are you willing to work with some of these guys that are just brand new to the game? Or?
I mean, absolutely. If I respect your craft, I respect what you do and what you represent. And I feel like you stand up.
Because you actually have a job position. I don't know if a lot of people know this because your album was released on Def Jam, but you have a job position at Atlantic
Records.
So you are senior vice president of A&R. So does that mean you sign artists?
Yeah. I got labeled imprint over there. I sign artists. Pretty much any urban artist that's over there, I kind of got, some influence or some involvement, with their project at some point. Whether it's helping picking records or getting them records or just, putting things together for them, or even helping them put the album together, as I did with YG. That's basically what I did for YG's album. I executive produced it.
But he's also signed to you, your label, correct?
Yeah.
So what do you look for in a new artist?
I mean, you got to be hungry, and you got to, really be about your issue, and you got to be able to move around this world. Everybody talk that shit, can't move around this world.
Right.
Niggas talk that shit all day and can't go to their own.
Do you ever see an artist and you're like, we can make you a star if you change this about you or change that about you, or does the person just have to have the package?
I was a star at the Amico. I don't feel like you can make a nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
We've heard stories of where people, they put groups together, or they change this person's look.
If somebody got to change your look, that wasn't who you was in the beginning. You feel me? So it's just like you making a nigga at that point.
Right.
And it's like when you run out of ideas, who the fuck is he? You know what I'm saying?
I agree, yes.
And when you put him in a situation that he's not familiar with, how's he going to handle that?
Right, I agree.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like even with me, like, I've seen a lot of cats that try to come in and, emulate what I done, but it's like, you can't. There's only one Jeezy. You could be, I'm the original trap god, the original trap star. That's who I always been. It wasn't like somebody put a chain on me and told me where to go stand or how to wear my hat
and
or
talk
what car
about
to drive. Or none of that. That was my real, actual life. You know what I mean? I just put it in music form as much as I could without getting in trouble. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like when you got these cats that's coming out, and it's crazy that you say that because now when I sit in these buildings, I hear those conversations.
Right.
What if we put them with this girl? what if we get him this style? I'm like, who the fuck is, like, who, y'all about to make this nigga? Like, y'all gonna put him in the microwave and heat him up too, you feel me? So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm just being for real. So when I hear that, it scares me.
No,
you know what
I
I'm saying?
know.
That's
yeah.
why, you know, that's why I'm kind of like, you know, I ain't into everything. Meaning, like, I'm not gonna just co-sign anybody.
Right.
I gotta sit there and watch because I don't want to get in a position where you're making these artists because, you know, I believe in authenticity.
Absolutely.
If you're not authentic, you can have 20 records in the club.
Mm-hmm.
If I ain't gonna get in the car with my chick and ride your shit, I'm not fucking with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how, believe it or not, that's how I got on.
Right.
Every nigga that I ran into in the street that was really like, yo, man, I really wasn't even up on your shit. I was riding with this chick, and she was like, yo, you heard Jeezy? And that's how that went. You know what I'm saying? Because they was already on it. They know what's real, so they putting their dudes on it, and their dudes turn around putting their homies on it. So it's like you can have all these hits, but if I don't buy into you,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like I just
people
don't,
have to invest in an artist. They
absolutely.
do.
Not even invest, even understand, you know, what that artist means, you know, to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do I like your song because I'm in the club and I hear it in the club 10 times? Or do I like you as a person because I feel like you kick it how I kick it?
Right.
And I want to be,
or
I want to see it.
Or you just speak the truth. Which
Absolutely.
is very rare.
And there's certain people that you can be around and you can like, you can really get it. Like, oh yeah, that motherfucker, like he about his shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's, you know, what people buy into rather than, you know, just having some songs because shit, the way this music is going now, shit, you know, it's a new song every 2 weeks.
Right. And speaking of that, I wanted to ask you about that because your album did extremely well. Yeah, extremely well, and sold a lot of units. Even in the first week, you sold like I think over 125,000 or something.
I think I mean, to me, you know, I never really base it on you know, the numbers, but what I do base it on is when I'm out and the feeling. Like I remember when I put the Recession out, and when I was just out and about, moving around the city, it's the love I was getting, and it's the conversation that people was walking up to me talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I put this album out. Yeah, old ladies at the grocery store, you know,
they were singing 17.5.
No, they was like, yo, Jeezy, oh man, we love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you what it be's like. You like, damn, you know, the valet kid. You know, I'm out eating with Braun at the Soul House in L.A. White kid walk up to me. I'd be like 25, like he might have been a lawyer or something. He said, yo, man, quarter block is my shit. I listened to it 100 times every morning. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But to me, you know,
it was about the public response.
Yeah. So it's like, and I don't even mention that because I didn't really go for like, because I can make, you know, like hits all day. It's just conceptual to me. But it's just like, I didn't even try to go for that. I just wanted a body of work. Like when I'm finna get on the stage tonight and do, you're gonna watch me walk through all that shit and see how people really just appreciate that. Because it ain't even on the radio. It's like, this our shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They know every word. Nobody else.
And they know every word.
Yeah, and it's like you go through those new songs and you feel it. Like you do 4 zones and they just, you know what I mean? You do quarter block and they lose. That's what it's about to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, to answer your question, I credit that, you know, just all to, you know, the people that ride with me and understand, you know what I'm saying, what the music is about. And just, you know, what my journey is about. Just, you know, reaching and teaching and touching the people. Because I don't think there's been a cat that's around that's been in the streets and been in the music game as long as I have and still trying to put people on and give them knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of feeding them ignorance and shit. You know what I'm saying?